longing for the days, putting the team on blast. Trent breaks down the tape, finds a way to contrast. Bob has faith in the boys while he ignores all the noise. David puffing on his cigar, tossing stats with poise. It's Steelers Sanctuary, best chat on the internet. Arguments you can't forget. A family united with every thought you project. Steelers Sanctuary, we're tough to neglect. Vaughn is cheering it on, Sid pranking Bob. Big Pun still loves Najee, never a prob. Greg and Somber keeping it classy all day. In this haven of football fans, we find our way, you see. Steelers Sanctuary, Steelers Sanctuary.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Steel Sanctuary Podcast. I'm your host, Dave Ribeiro from SteelSanctuary.com. I got Dave, Trent, and Bob with me, and our special guest, friend of the pod, Tony Serino. Tony, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, happy to be here. And by the way, we got a lot to talk about today.
We have a ton to talk about. Let's start right off the bat. We got all our views on Tomlin stepping down. Let's hear what you thought about it. I know we messaged each other at that day and was like, wow.
Well, it's surreal, right? I mean, I think like everyone, didn't think it was going to happen. Now, I've been kind of off the Tomlin thing for a little bit here. I think, over the last 5 years, I think a lot of us have, right? I mean, it's just kind of, at what point did you kind of turn the corner from like, nah, give him another year to like, all right, this thing's kind of at its end. So, yeah, I mean, a surreal moment reading the tweet. And then obviously, like, you're of two minds of it. On one side, like, damn, like this era is really over. And then on the other side, it's like, how exciting is it that like this is a chance at a complete, like, tear it all down, build it back up again type of thing. I have to say, though, it's interesting. We're going to be a different podcast today than it would have been if you guys had me on Tuesday. Because did you guys read the Mike DeFabo, I forgot how to pronounce his name.
Yeah.
The Athletic guy.
Yeah.
Did you read that? And then the one that they did today, Jeremy Fowler and Brooke Pryor.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You guys read that? The quotes that Tomlin, like, these aren't real quotes, right? There's obviously pseudo quotes. They're getting it secondhand. Like, player says Tomlin said this.
Pretty interesting.
Man, reading those quotes when he's like, you guys deserve better. Like all those quotes, the gist of it is like Tomlin basically told the team, I can't lead you guys. Like, you guys deserve better than me. I'm not, I have to step down for the betterment of this organization, essentially, right? You think about who Mike Tomlin is, how competitive he is, how much he wants it. For him to have to come to that realization, like, I'm not talking about Mike Tomlin, the coach anymore. We're talking about Mike Tomlin, the man, the person, for him to have to, after 19 years on the job, for him to have to come to the realization that maybe I am the problem and maybe it is best for me to step away for the betterment of this team, for this organization. I'm sad for him. I have a lot. I've not to say like I didn't have respect for him, but I have way more respect for him today, like because of making that decision, how hard it would be for a competitor like that to make that decision. It also puts in, like, I started thinking about, after I read the article this morning from Brooke Pryor, I started thinking about that historic defense comment that he made before the season.
Yeah.
And I started to think about, like, okay, because even at the time, that seemed like a silly thing to say, right? Like, I know they've loaded up, but like you're loaded up full of these guys who are maybe past their prime. Like, you have a lot of names, but I don't know if you have a lot of talent. And you think back to that now, and it's like, how much of that, when he was saying that, was not him truly believing that it was a historic defense, but if he knew that this was it, this is his last ride, his last chance to break through, to get rid of the stink that is like 9 straight playoff losses. It's not this is going to be a historic defense. It's, I need this to be a historic defense. I want, because for me, I can't go out like this. Those are, I think anyone who hasn't read it, you should absolutely read those because it gives you a great glimpse into, you're all wondering, like, why did Tomlin do this? And if Tomlin was true, if what he told his team is true, then, kudos to him for, like, walking away saying, if it's me, you guys deserve to find out.
Now, the cynic in me would say that there are
the black cloud.
The extenuating circumstances that made him want to step down. Bob's brought it up. Did they give him an ultimatum and say, look, we're not picking up your option, so next year's your last year? And Tomlin said, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Not doing one more?
Not doing one more without an extension. I have a hard time believing that guy, competitor, walked away just because.
Well, it's not just because. I mean, it's he put everything into this team. Like, if you look at, we talked about it before the year, right? It's like, man, they really are kind of going, like, quote unquote. I mean, it's not truly all in, and we talk about the draft picks and all that stuff, but like, man, like they put some, like, he loaded this thing up full of vets, full of guys who are like win right now. Though Aaron Rodgers, I mean, the Rodgers thing makes a ton of sense. Right? Like, this kind of like one last ride at it. The Minka trade was going to.
Is his mic acting weird?
Yeah,
your mic's going out a little bit, Tony.
You're getting too violent with your hands. Your mic can't handle it.
Yeah,
that's the problem. I'm like, am I good now though?
Yeah, you're good.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, I think you can look back and realize, like, if I can understand him actually going into the season thinking this is my last ride. I mean, that's what Rondé Barber said.
Yeah, I was just gonna bring that up. Right?
Yeah,
and he said, what do you make of the Rondé Barber saying he thinks he's never going to coach again?
I think that's. I mean, Cowher did it. Cowher was a different situation, but
yeah, that was his wife.
Who's been telling you? Who's been telling you?
I don't buy it. He's too much of a competitor. There's no way.
He's too young.
Yeah.
It is a grind, though. I mean, like, for him,
it is.
Football, he doesn't turn football off. Like, all the criticisms we can have, like, this is a guy who lives, sleeps, breathes football. I remember him, I forget what show he was on. It might have been The Pivot, because that's what he does his best interviews, is on The Pivot. He started talking about, like, the XFL or the UFL or whatever it was called, like, watching those games just because he loves the sport. Oh, no. He was talking about some foreign football league that was, like, 8-on-8 Australian football with, like, slightly different
Italian, yeah.
Yeah, do you remember that? Like, he was talking about watching, like, some crazy foreign version of football. The guy loves it. So, like, I think here's the thing. I could see him giving it up, because I think giving this up the way he gave it up was the toughest thing he'll have to. Like, choosing not to come back, I think, would be easier than choosing to walk away this way, right? I mean, he's walking away saying, I essentially, at the end here, I failed. And it's, I got to walk away for the betterment of the org.
Can I ask a question? Why is it that Rooney made it sound like it was a family decision, but yet it sounds like in the locker room it was more of a football decision?
I think it sounds like the right thing to say.
Yeah.
I mean, that he's walking away from football, wants to spend more time with family, and it does kind of go hand in hand with what Tony's saying too. Like he puts so much into it, because I've given him a ton of credit. Even when I've been critical of him, there is no other coach, not one, in the entire freaking league that goes to every single combine, every single Senior Bowl, literally all of them. I mean, if he could make it to the Hawaiian Bowl, he'd be in the Hawaiian Bowl. Like, he'd be at every fucking bowl. And then he's at every single pro day. I mean, every pro day. There's days he's traveling from one place to the next in the same day, and he's going to be showing up right on the field. I mean, he does put more work into this than any other coach in the league, especially in the offseason stuff. And the way that he keeps the profiles on these players for, some of these guys, you're talking a decade. A decade. Yeah. He's pulling shit that he talked about with them at a dinner when they're 18 years old, and here they are at freaking 28. Like, who does that stuff? Like, that's – you got to give him credit, man. That he puts the work in with that stuff for sure.
Yeah, and I love his stories of the dinner when he talks about not the guys for that class, but when he talks to the guys in that class about, like, the young kids on that team. Like, he'll talk to the Ohio State kids about, like, who's the next and they'll talk about, and he'll get the intel about the class 2 or 3 classes down the line.
Look, I'm not going to dance on his grave. Did I want him fired? Absolutely. He steps down. It's classy the way he did it. He loves interacting. That's why, personally, I think if he did come back, he should, even though no boosters got a check big enough, he would be such a good college coach.
Yeah, he said he doesn't want to do it.
I know.
I don't know if he wants to deal with the old college, maybe, but now with this NIL stuff and all that. I don't know if he'd
that
love
I agree with. That part I agree with, for sure.
He's got, I mean, it's turning into professional sports, so he's got experience doing the whole free agent recruiting.
Yeah.
What do you make of the no parting press conference, no final goodbye to the fans and to the organization? That's kind of strange.
That's the one I hope he doesn't go. I hope he doesn't come to regret that. I think there's two things there. I think he doesn't like the media in Pittsburgh. I think he
does not.
I think that's pretty clear.
We do not care.
Yeah, exactly. Like the whole there's not a booster with a big enough blank check. Like he really like they get on him, and sometimes he just like lets it go. And there's like we could do. This is not the right show for this, but like it would be fun to do like a top 5 media members. I'm sure the media themselves keep this. But like, who does he hate the most?
Brooke Pryor's got to be up there, right?
Oh,
Brooke Pryor, unquestioned
Brooke,
number 1.
Yeah,
Brooke is high on the list. DK's up there too, though. He hates DK.
Yeah.
Chris Carter's been stressing him out lately.
Chris Carter, and well, I think he has a lot of respect for Chris because he knows that Chris knows ball. So like he sometimes, but he'll waver between like, I will give you that one, but then this one, like F you. There was this guy back on the beat maybe like 10 years ago. I don't know what he's doing now, but Jacob Klinger. Do you guys remember Jacob Klinger?
Yeah.
Klinger. Yeah.
He would like one word answer that kid. He never would even like that was the one he hated. Number 1, like with a button.
He hates, if you ever see when Pony goes to a press conference, which he does a couple times a year, he hates Pony.
Well,
probably not
that one. I mean, that was when Mark Madden was at a press conference. Like,
exactly.
I'll give you that one, Tomlin. You're allowed to hate him. You're allowed to hate him. By the way, Bob said he doesn't want to dance on Graves. I do want to dance. The reason I said yes to coming on today is I do have a couple Graves that I want to dance on.
Okay.
Let's dance.
Not Mike Tomlin. I want to dance on 2 Graves today because these people are driving me up a wall.
Can't wait to hear this.
The Tomlin apologists, first of all, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about because somehow there are still after watching that game on Monday night, it's still like, no, Tomlin's not to blame for this. No, Tomlin's not responsible. Have you guys ever seen the show on Netflix? It's called I Think You Should Leave. It's a sketch comedy show.
No.
I have.
Okay, there's a sketch on that show where a hot dog truck crashes into a store. Okay, it's a truck shaped like a hot dog. It crashes into a store. They can't find the driver. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, we got to find the driver!" And out the back, a guy in a hot dog costume comes out and is like, "Oh my god, what happened? Who did this?" And everyone's looking at him like, "What do you mean who did this?" He's like, "Yeah, no, we're all trying to find the guy who did this." Every time I hear these Tomlin apologists go, "Well, did you look at the quarterbacks that he had?" I mean, they still, at the end, the players still believed in Tomlin, but they just didn't like the coordinators. Oh, well, the draft classes at the end got so bad. Yeah, we're hot dog car. Who's in the hot dog costume? Who's responsible for the coordinators, for the roster? Like, hello, Trent, you said it the other day. You change the players. You change the coaching staff. You change the training staff. You change. And at the end of the day, what do we get? We get blown out in the playoffs every single year. Every year. And it's always like we're struggling to get in, never looking like a really competent football team. It's like it's always every time the Steelers win a football game, it's always like, whoa, we got away with one.
100%.
And it was gonna happen. Like it might have happened on Monday. And like the Tomlin apologists would have been like, see, Tomlin's back. Don't shove it. No, can we actually look competent in a football game? Like that's the thing that I think every Steeler fan wants. Like, I just want to be competent again. I don't want to feel like, got away with one again. And this time it was in the playoffs. Like, yeah, they might have won that game on Monday if they had gotten a little extra lucky. But the score that it ended up with kind of is what it felt like, right? I mean, it was a 7-6 game for a long time. But no one watching that game was like, the Steelers are the better football team. The Steelers are the better football team. So that's the first grade. I mean, like those people drive me nuts. They're like, oh, Tomlin, not to blame. Tomlin, the players played bad. Yeah, the players change and they still have the same result.
Can I just interject one thing?
Yeah.
Fuck Mike Greenberg. Please continue.
Okay, now that's the
Number
second
one.
one. These people, you don't know how good you have it.
Yeah, I
crew.
can't stand it.
That's the
I can't
second
stand it.
people I would love to dance on their grave. These morons, okay? These morons were like, you don't realize how good you have it. Oh, you Steeler fans don't realize how good you have it. Okay, if you had a friend, okay, who invites you to like a fancy restaurant, a Michelin star restaurant, okay? And I'll say, oh, by the way, I'll pay for it too. He's like, I'll pay for it too. You'd be like, holy shit, this is absolutely, I'd love to go. This is incredible. And you go, food's kind of shitty. Service sucks. You're like, that was weird. But like, hey, Michelin star, that was, I'm grateful for the experience. That was great. And then he invites you again and again and again. And about the 6th or 7th time he invites you to this super fancy restaurant and the food's still shit and the service still sucks. You're like, actually, bud, maybe I don't want to go this time. Maybe. And how could you don't want to go to a Michelin star restaurant? Oh, wow. How privileged do you sound? You know, some people eat McDonald's.
It's a great analogy.
Some people eat McDonald's every night. Hey, you know what? Maybe I'd like a Big Mac tonight. You know, maybe I'd like to see what a Big Mac is like because I'm tired of every time the food is shit and the service sucks.
Brother, I love
it.
Fired Up Tony. This is fucking awesome.
Yeah, these people drive me nuts. Look, the point of he makes the playoffs every year, the implication is they're contenders every year. Bullshit. They're never contenders. And that's the problem. The problem at the end of this season and the end of last season too. What did Steeler fans feel? It wasn't even anger. It's apathy. It's like I put the tweet out. Same time next year, boys. Like I can't wait to do it again because it's always the same story every year. It's the same thing. So don't spare me that you make the playoffs every year. Yeah, and then we get blown out. We all know it's coming. So you can't enjoy the wins because you know how the story ends.
Your hands again are chopping.
Golly.
And
It's funny. I just want to say one thing, Dave. I was talking to on a work call today, a big Giants fan, and he was so ecstatic they got Harbaugh. And I was like, well, I don't want to rain on your parade. Here's what I'll say. That buyer beware. In 2 or 3 years, I don't think you'll be as excited. And it's kind of that same feeling of when he blows 5-10 point leads and he mismanages Jackson Dart and he runs Cam Scattaboo into a concussion. Maybe all of a sudden Giants fans are not as patient as the Ravens were.
Yeah, to your point, Tony, what people don't understand is this is all in Mike Tomlin's doing. This is the losses, the lack of, the veteran quarterback after shitty veteran quarterback. This is, sure, he gets you to the point, but it's like, smoke and mirrors. As soon as you get there, you're going to get blown out. It's been, people don't realize this. People don't, and he's this fucking mythical legend around for some people that he can do no wrong.
Right.
Mike Tomlin, you guys are going to dread it when he leaves. Bullshit.
Well, they say the whole, look at all these bad teams. Look how far he took them. It's because he's the reason they were bad teams.
That's what they
He's the
skip.
reason.
It drives me nuts. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Again, it's like the idea of Mike Tomlin is a passenger in this, right? Like he has no agency. He's like, oh, I just got saddled with, oh no, what happened? Why did I get Aaron Rodgers? Why do I have Russell Wilson? Oh no. How did that happen?
Yeah.
They've been to 2 Super Bowls in 40 years. We've been to 3 Super Bowls this century, but we haven't been to one in 15 years. How the fuck are we spoiled? I would love to know this idea.
Well, the other thing is you start looking around the coaches around the league, and you got the Shanahan-McVay trees out there. Mike Tomlin doesn't have a fucking nut that a squirrel can pick up and run home with because he has absolutely no one who's ever gone from his coaching tree and done goddamn anything.
Yeah, he's got a high school coach. He's got a high school coach now. Assistant DB coach when he coached high school.
True.
Assistant DB coach in high school. Does he also fill the fucking water coolers over there? I mean, he had to get an extra couple $100 to refill the water coolers because
hey, maybe Arthur Smith gets the Tennessee job. It sprouts just at the end.
I'm not giving him that one.
You don't give him Arthur? All right.
No.
All right. Yeah, you're right. You probably shouldn't.
The guy delivering high quality H2O.
Just because we have to give him a eulogy in this thing, maybe we give him Arthur Smith too. We'll just
you know what?
Throw him a bone here.
I'd be willing to bet Arthur Smith is the Lions' next offensive coordinator.
That's odd to me. Wow. You go from Ben Johnson to whoever they had this year to Arthur Smith.
Oh,
talk about falling down the ladder. Who's next? Not Canada?
Well, they want to run the ball. A lot of people do have respect for Arthur Smith and how he designs the running game.
Yeah,
but
okay.
But you're
Not
handing
impressed.
the ball to Jameer Gibbs versus
Well,
Gainwell and Warren.
Gainwell and Warren are not bad. I mean, it's not chopped liver. It's not Jameer Gibbs, but
no, but
they were all right this year.
Can you go back to that one? Listen, losing to Tim Tebow, Blake Bortles, and Baker Mayfield.
Yeah,
the triumvirate.
The bad version of Baker Mayfield, the fucked up
not to mention
version of
CJ Stroud was just
Mayfield.
dying to give it to you yesterday. Not to mention that.
CJ was our MVP. He was quite. CJ Stroud was quite literally the Steelers MVP on Monday night.
What's worse, losing to Tebow or Bortles?
Well,
it's 1A and 1B. Who fucking cares?
Tebow sucked worse, but I was at the Bortles game and that hurt. Let me tell you a story about being at the Bortles game. There was a Jaguars fan sitting 2 seats down from me who, before the game starts, goes, "Oh, guys, don't give me a hard time. I know you guys are probably going to kill us, but I'm just here to watch the Jags in the playoffs." Okay, so this guy's like, trying to be real conciliatory before the game. And you guys remember how that game starts, right? I mean, the Steelers are down 21-0 before, you could get before the beer guy comes around. I mean, it's like the game starts, it's 21-0. That guy went 0 to 1,000. He went from 0 to 1,000. It's like, you guys suck. I knew you guys were terrible. We're going to sweep your asses. And I was like, unbelievable.
The playoff loss to Garrard involved one Fred Taylor who destroyed the Steelers. Look, I always tell people, you do not want to play. The Steelers don't want to play Jacksonville and Pittsburgh. The Steelers want to play Jacksonville and Jacksonville because it's a weird series.
Yeah,
they beat the shit out of us at home, and we beat them at home or in their place.
Wasn't that Tomlin's first year though? The home playoff with David Gerard. Okay, I thought so.
Yeah.
Najee Davenport was the running back that year, and did he get hurt or someone else was hurt, and so Najee had to play? Willie was hurt. Was that the year Willie broke his leg? Yeah, they're gonna run Willie till the football off, and they broke his leg.
They did
exactly that. Oh god, there's a lot of crazy moments in the Tomlin. It's just a lot of.
Yeah,
I mean, the other thing with this whole thing too with the apologist is like most teams when they're looking for a new head coach, you're kind of bummed out because it didn't work out in the 3 or 4 years you had that coach. We are chomping at the bit. And I mean, I don't know about you guys. I'm treating this coaching free agency just with the same excitement that I treat the free agency players and the same free agency or same draft stuff that I go through every single year. Where I'm like, I cannot wait to see who we're about to get. Every other franchise around here is like, oh my god, we're about to pick another goddamn coach. Like, we're like, thank you, Jesus, we're picking another coach. Like,
I'm basing all of my life decisions on what's going to happen now. That's basically. Yeah,
but
I listen. I was considering like, do I bring back my podcast? Do I go to training camp again? Like I'm all the way back.
Nice.
Yeah, I am excited.
It's a good segue. Let's go over the 8 coaches they're going to interview so far. Chris Shula from the Rams, Brian Flores, obviously we know, Vikings DC, Jesse Minter DC from the Chargers, Anthony Weaver, Elijah Avero, Jeff Hafley, Clay Kubiak, and Nate Scheelhaas. Very defensive, slanted. Yeah. Why don't we do this? We were going to do who we want to be the new head coach and who we think the Steelers are going to pick. Trent, start with you. It has
to be from that list because I have a guy off the list.
No,
you can go off the list if you want.
You can go off the list for sure.
I got Trent. I need you to mute. I need you to take the headphones off when I say my player. When I say my coach, I want. Is this a safe
boy.
space? Is this a judgment zone?
All right.
I already know Trent's free zone. I already know. You guys might all hate it. Actually, you guys might all.
Well, I take that back. Bob might judge you, but besides that, everybody else.
All right. So I've come a long way on this list. I really, really wanted an offensive coach first of all, but I am starting to look at this list and I'm like, we're clearly not moving that direction because I mean, even if we add it, I think there's probably a few more we're going to add to the list.
Yeah, there's probably a few more.
We're doing who we want first, though, right?
Still going to be yes.
Do both at the same time.
If I had my choice, I'm taking Clint Kubiak. I just think offensive mind. I need the offensive mind in the building. We've put all of our money into defense. It's time to fucking move the direction over towards the offensive side of the football. The NFL has changed. We have to adapt to it. That's how I feel. Who I think they're going to go with, and I don't think there's any more clear cut. This is like the fucking Najee Harris first round draft pick type thing. Shula's going to be the fucking guy. If they have their choice, Shula is the goddamn guy. There's no secret about this at all. Okay? And for everybody in Pittsburgh who wants to say, Shilhaas, like, I'm not the Pittsburgh accent, but that's the guy they're going to want to bring as the offensive coordinator, which is why he's partially on this list, in my opinion, too. They want to get the front row look at him if he does not get a head coaching job. Hey, man, you know Shula, you work together really well. Come on into the building as the OC. Takes a step up in his career, and it does make a ton of sense. So if everybody's putting that out there, I know we like to jump on bandwagons and things as like fan base stuff, but like that's the most legitimate bandwagon to jump on is Shula as head coach and bringing the passing game coordinator over as the OC.
Yeah,
like, it is a great move if they can pull it off.
The only worry with Shieldhouse as the offensive coordinator is that how long do you get him for? Because he's already interviewing for head coaching jobs. So
2 seasons.
I'm glad you brought that up, Tony, because I have been so fucking tired of hearing that argument from people for such a long time. Well, Tomlin, he doesn't want to hire this guy because he's only going to have him for a year or two. Great, you have a phenomenal fucking mind in the building for a year or two. Like, who fucking cares? Get the guy in the building and learn to run an actual offense instead of pulling these dudes off the street that have no fucking clue what a playbook looks like. Like, I love the fact that we would have a guy in our building who has a chance to become a head coach. It means we had a great fucking coach in the building.
Yeah.
Good point. It's a good point. Hadn't happened in a while. Unless Arthur gets that Tennessee job, baby.
Or Arizona, too. He's interviewing in Arizona, too, I heard. All right, Davey, you're up.
I'm with Trent. Clint Kubiak. That's the guy I want. Seattle's 8th in total offense, 3rd in scoring. Everywhere the guy goes, the offense ends up doing really well. Before all of his Saints players got injured when he was their OC, they were in the top league in scoring. Like, where he goes, things work out really well. And I just think he's a little more established. That's why I want it to be him. But I don't think it's going to be because they haven't even picked him. Instead, they picked his cousin or his brother, whoever the fuck, Clay.
Clay.
So I'm like,
younger brother,
right.
I believe. They're going, younger brother. I
All right.
Yeah.
So,
1 year.
So, yeah, it's just one of the things. What if they did pick Clint? Would Clay come over to be with his brother if he's the head coach? That's something we haven't talked about either. But
somebody brought up we get one Kubiak and the Ravens get the other.
Yeah.
What kind of craziness would that be?
That'd be nuts. How do I say this? My gut is saying it's going to be Shillhouse.
Sure.
Interesting.
My gut is telling me it's going to be him. I was listening to the radio today, and I forget who the guy that was on there, but he said that this guy people are calling the next Sean McVay. They are calling him the next Sean McVay. So I think he gets in that interview room like he did today. He might blow them away. And sure. I think it's unorthodox for them, him having an offensive background, not been a coordinator yet. But if they think they've got a special guy, they may pounce and give him the shot now. So that's just my gut feeling. My gut feeling right now is going to be Shillhouse.
All right. I'll go
By
next.
the way, nickname Stillhouse. But go ahead.
He's already got a nickname. I love it. Dave, you stole my thunder. I want Shieldhouse. The more I read about this kid, the more I hear about him. Let's fucking go. The next Sean McVay, offensive mind. Oh, it's music to my ears, guys. It's music to my ears. After dealing with Mike Tomlin and this boring, shitty offense for going on a decade now, maybe a little less, maybe 8 years since Ben was good. Give me the offensive guy. I know it's only a 1 in 8 chance right now, or 2 in 8 chance, but give me Shieldhouse. And my gut tells me it's going to be Shula. I'm with Trent. I mean, we heard rumors a month ago. We talked about this. So you never hear Steelers doing due diligence on another coach, and it was Shula's name was coming up. So
see, I think he's going to Miami. There's no way they're going to pass up having the grandson.
Shula?
But does he want to go to Miami?
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're Shula and you're offered by both, do you choose Miami? Kind of weird.
No.
Yeah.
I think he would. I think
Why?
he would.
Well, why would you go to Miami over Pittsburgh?
You would, yeah.
I mean, seriously, what
just
building
because-
blocks do they have in the building
Because
that
the
makes you
history,
think
that's
that
all.
team
Just the
just the
history of
family
it, that's all.
history?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
I think Miami's a dark horse for
Not
to
that
talk
they're
Mike Tomlin.
desired. It's not that. I'm not saying they're desired, like as far as in general with the personnel there and everything and the
Yeah,
ownership.
yeah.
I'm saying just the family history, that
Well,
nostalgia
I
of
get what you're
having
saying with
that. I could see them both, it being a joint interest there. That's why I
Yeah.
think he's going to end up in Miami. I could be
I get
completely
it.
wrong, but
I get it from Miami's perspective. Obviously, getting another Shula in there would be awesome. I think
yeah.
from his perspective, like following in your grandfather's footsteps, like, you're like in his shadow the entire time there now,
Could
right?
be.
You have that to live up
Yeah.
to. Whereas, you can kind of have your own path. I mean, you have a lot, not saying you don't have a lot to live up to in Pittsburgh, by the way. This next coach, don't
luck.
screw this up, buddy boy, because we haven't fired a coach in forever. So let's not,
Yeah.
That being said, a couple of things. The Dolphins, since Stephen Ross bought the team, have had 7 coaches in 14 years, and no coach since Shula left has made it 4 seasons in Miami.
Wow.
He's
So, if
wait, McDaniels was 4, right? McDaniels was 4.
Nope.
3?
Mm-hmm. Might have been. Let me double check that.
Actually,
But
I thought-
they said nobody has made it more than 4 years.
More than 4. Okay.
More than 4.
He
yeah,
was
maybe
4.
it's more than 4.
I think it's yeah, because I think he was there 4 years.
All right, Tony, give it to us. What do you got?
All right. Of the list, I'm also all the way on Shieldhouse. I'm on YouTube watching Nate Shieldhouse, offensive coordinator, Iowa State videos the other day. Okay? And I'm all in. You want to talk about I'm watching film on our potential 35-year-old coach. I think he's the most Mike Tomlin hire, right? Mike Tomlin, if you remember back, for those of us who are old enough to remember, I think everyone on this show is, but maybe some of the audience isn't. When they were going to hire their next coach after Cowher, they were down to 3 at the end. It was Russ Grimm, the offensive line coach, Ken Wisenhunt, the offensive coordinator, and then an unknown Mike Tomlin, 1-year DC in Minnesota. And they ultimately chose Tomlin over the other 2, which, by the way, pissed the other 2 off pretty bad. Wisenhunt gets a job in Arizona as the head coach. Russ Grimm does not take the offensive line job. He instead bolts out of there to go to Tennessee, I believe.
No, I thought he went to Arizona.
He ended up in Arizona.
Oh, he was in Arizona. That's right. He was. He went with Wiz to Arizona. So Tomlin came out of nowhere, young. Shieldhouse would be the out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Now it will be interesting for them to hire a head coach who's never even been a coordinator, right? Like his title right now is passing game coordinator. Like, I don't know if did you guys watch? I mean, maybe I'm too deep in the Shieldhouse thing, but did you guys watch the NFL Countdown special on Shieldhouse that they did?
I have not yet.
Okay,
I've seen a couple of interviews, but I haven't gotten that.
Okay, so Shieldhouse basically is responsible for drawing up the plays that McVay comes up with, right? Like basically creating the actual playbook itself, and so then he has to understand why everything's in there.
I saw that part.
Oh, give it to me. Give it to me.
That's what his job is right now. It's one of the things that about this job that we can't know, right, is, and I think the probably bigger than being an X's and O's guy is, are you a leader of men, right? You have to be a leader. You can't just be an X's and O's guy. You have to be an X's and O's guy who is also capable of being a true leader of men. Because the person I want is lacking in that area, though got better at the end of this season. Once again, Trent, this is, as you heard Dave say, this is a judgment-free zone. The person who's going to get the job, now we know Tomlin is not the one leaking this stuff out. He's not the responsible for Devin Bush being the most obvious draft pick of all time, or Najee Harris, or Kenny Pickett, or the list goes on, right? That's coming somewhere else in the Steelers organization. Because Chris Shula is the next Steelers head coach. Put that in pen. Marker. It's done, deal, signed, sealed, delivered. Unless Chris Shula chooses another position over Pittsburgh, which I cannot imagine he will do, he will be the next head coach. But the coach that I want, I've always been a big nerd boy guy. I love Mike McDaniel. If you could bring Mike McDaniel's offense into Pittsburgh, I get it. You all hate Mike McDaniel. I'm here in Florida. A lot of Dolphins fans.
As OC,
I don't hate him.
Head coach, what are you talking about?
Head football coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Michael McDaniel.
I'm
First
out.
I don't think it,
I can't get on board.
We're all out. I understand we're all out. Here's the thing. Did he get swept by the AFC North this season? Yes, he did.
Yes.
Are his teams notoriously soft? Absolutely. Are they soft in cold weather? They were. He's gonna have to fix that. That's the thing. He's
The guy walks around.
Minor details.
The guy walks around in capris, for God's sake. Like, wearing his 90s grandma fucking glasses and shit. I mean, I just, Jesus
No, but
Christ.
he's very adaptive to the culture. If you look at Mike McDaniel pre-Miami, now he's got that kind of Miami South Side look to him, Playboy style. He'll be more hard-nosed and hard. Pittsburgh will harden him up.
He can't speak English when they lose a game.
He has a bit of a speech impediment at press conferences. At times, he can talk a little in circles.
He literally walks up the mic and goes, "Here's the thing, I'm kind of retarded."
He was on the
he
was in the Cleveland staff, right, with Shanahan. So he's done AFC North before.
He's full Shanahan tree. Yeah, he was Shanahan's OC for a long time.
Yeah,
great run schemes. He got saddled with baby arm Tua held him back.
Great run schemes. No, wait, did not just good. He has great run schemes for real.
Yes, for real. Yeah.
No, seriously.
I don't know if he does material though. We'll see.
I don't either.
He's gonna get another shot.
He might be a better look. There are people out there that are better as coordinators than they are coaches. The thing I will give him, I don't know. You guys probably didn't watch a lot of late season Miami Dolphins because who would? They sucked. I did because my friends are all Dolphins fans. That team did play hard for him at the end.
They didn't quit.
They did not quit.
Yeah.
They did not quit. And I think I forget. I think it was Cowher at one point said this about the Dolphins. Like he clearly McDaniel turned a corner at the end of last year and started to be more of a hard ass. Get these guys to play hard. They did for him. I'm not going to give up on my boy Nerd Boy, so I'm going to throw his hat in the ring. I would love Mike McDaniel as head coach, but it doesn't matter because the next head coach is going to be Chris Shula. Now, can we talk about one other name on the list that I think would be a mistake for the Steelers to hire?
Good.
I think Brian Flores, not a bad coach. Obviously, what he's done in Minnesota is awesome. And, as the Miami coach, I don't think he was terrible there, but he burned so many bridges and he was such an asshole. The thing about the next coach, the thing you have, I don't know what Rooney's thought process is, but if I'm Rooney, you do have to go into this a little bit thinking I cannot put myself in a situation where I have to fire this guy in 3 years. I just can't. That can't happen. And the personality of Brian Flores and all the stories you hear from the Ryan Fitzpatricks of the world who were in Miami and obviously all the stuff he did with Tua, you cannot have a situation where 3 years from now, not only is it going poorly, but he's also burning all the bridges. The players hate him. He's lost the locker room, that kind of thing. You cannot have that and have to fire this guy in 3 years. So not saying Brian Flores is a bad coach. Obviously, he did a great job here. Everyone loved him. We all wanted him to be DC. He should have been DC. That's my one worry with Flores.
He was right on Tua, by the way. When McDaniel got there, everyone's like, see, Flores was wrong. Tua's going to be fine. And then he turned out to be right.
And he was right. He was right that the owner, by the way, there is a nut job and tried to break all the NFL rules to get Brady over there.
Well, I feel like if you hire Flores, who I think he's a phenomenal defensive mind. I think he is a really, really talented defensive mind. Honestly, probably would be a really good head coach if he stepped out of his own way at times. You're going to be right back to square one where you cannot hire a coordinator.
Could this happen?
Because who wants to work with him?
He's too old.
Mike McCarthy's out. The fact that Mike McCarthy's not on the list yet, he's out. Thank God.
Yeah, he's too old.
Okay. Unless they're saving it for, we hired all these young guys. Or we've interviewed all these young guys.
How about Shieldhouse as the coach and Flores as the DC?
I'm all in. I'm all in.
You're cooking.
Flores as a coordinator? Yeah, for sure.
Fuck yeah.
My worry with Shieldhouse is who are his coordinators? This kid's 35, okay?
No, he's 30.
No, he's not
30.
No, he's 35, Bob.
I think he's 35.
Yeah.
30.
Pretty sure he's 30.
If he's 30, that's weird.
I thought he was 34 or 35. I couldn't remember.
30, yeah, I think he's around there. I think.
We're in the ball.
Shula is 34.
Yeah. The question will be who are his coordinators going to be? What connections has Nate Shieldhouse made around the NFL where he's like, hey, I would like for you to be my OC and you're going to be my DC and position coaches and all that. Like,
bro, the McVay tree's like never ending. He could just go pick and
I get that, but like,
you know,
he's already passing game coordinator. So what is he like calling in the freaking water boy to be? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I get where you're coming from.
No offense to Nate Fieldhouse.
Well, think about it. McVay didn't have the tree starting out when he was as young as he was, coming out and being the young innovative guy. He didn't have the coaching tree. He kind of invented the coaching tree. Shieldhouse might have to kind of do the same thing if he becomes a guy. You may not be able to, like, say, call up, the great defensive coordinators that are on the market right now and say, hey, Jim Schwartz, why don't you come work for me? Like, you're double my age, but, why don't you come work for me? You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to pull that guy, but he might pull a young up-and-coming mind that is a, defensive assistant, defensive back. I mean, Grady is on our staff. What the hell is his last name? The DB coach.
Why am I blanking on it?
Grady Brown.
Grady Brown. Yes, thank you. My God, I kept wanting to say Grady Jarrett. I'm like, Jesus Christ. No, Grady Brown, defensive back coach. He's already got some buzz as a defensive coordinator type guy in the future. Down the line, would he promote a guy like that who's also a younger guy? Like, he's going to attract that type of person who's like the next man up for a role, not the guy who's established in a role. If you're that,
but
young,
that's why you target. That's why you target these guys from the Rams and from the 49ers, because in the hopes they're going to bring some of those guys with them to Pittsburgh. Yeah. And then we can become the next 49ers or Rams or whatever. Like,
all right, Bob, we kind of skipped over you. Give us
I was going to say, if you're going to go young guy, and I'm going to expand on this, and I'm going to give you a name we haven't mentioned who we should watch out for. Chris Shula he's my preference, and he is going to be the next head coach. For those of you who don't know, a little history, I like to throw the history out. When Chuck Noll, when the Jets beat the Colts, and Chuck Noll was interviewing, Don Shula knocked on Chuck Noll's hotel door, but he was out at the interview, and he talked to his wife, and he said, when you get your offers, if Pittsburgh offers, take it. The Roonies are good people. You should go and play and coach for the Roonies. Make sure Chuck takes the Pittsburgh job. He did. History, it's great. It'd be awesome story if it came full circle and Chris Shula now ended up in there. It'd be kind of like, folding in back on Chuck Noll, and I would almost count it as a Chuck Noll coaching tree hire, although he didn't have much of a coaching tree either.
Ball's all up in his feels over this.
Yes. Now, I do like Shieldhouse, but I would love to see Shula, who could reach out and get Clay Kubiak. The reason I want Clay Kubiak as the offensive coordinator is because it brings me Mac Jones. And not the long-term answer, but you bring me Mac Jones in the Shanahan offense.
Are we selling our next head coach on Mac fucking Jones?
Temporarily for a year.
I mean, your other choice is Malik Willis.
Ugh.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Sign me up.
Yes. But I will tell you this: there will be a head coach or someone with head coaching experience on the staff. I don't think it's going to be Brian Flores. I think he ends up in DC working with Dan Quinn. I would not be shocked if Raheem Morris is our next defensive coordinator because he has ties to the Rams. He's in the McVay family. So he could be the voice of reason. Kind of got a little bit of a raw deal in Atlanta I don't think he was that great of a coach, but he did, get him to 8 wins 2 years in a row. So I would like to see that. I would not hate the idea of Shieldhouse coming around as an offensive coordinator. And I'm with Trent. This whole idea of, and Steelers fans have forgotten this, if you only get him for a year or two and he goes somewhere else, that's called the coaching tree.
Yeah.
So the guy who he was training at tight end quarterback, who steps up to be the next offensive coordinator, does a good job, and then he gets a job. Bill Cowher might have been, well, he's not Gilman and Schottenheimer, but Bill Cowher was the best Steelers coach at building a tree and getting his guys jobs. Chuck Noll didn't. Mike Tomlin didn't. It's time for another coaching tree now. So give me Shula. I think you get a coaching tree. And I like the guy. Here's a guy who you should look out for if he gets an interview. I was listening to Aditi Kinkawala the other day. Not a huge fan of hers, but she was raving about Grant Udinski from the Jacksonville.
I've heard a lot of good things about him too. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought it was so interesting. She told the story about.
He's only 30. He's the one you were thinking of. He's only 30 years old.
Yeah.
He is so into it. She said the guy was sleeping in his car 7 years ago when he got his first coaching job. But what he does is he takes the backup quarterback and has him call the cadence of the tape they're watching, has him call the plays from the previous. So if something were to happen to Trevor Lawrence, that they all know his cadence and they know his voice in the huddle, which I thought was so unique and so interesting. And apparently nobody else does this. So it's like, oh my God, this is an innovator.
Thing. Yeah.
So, and supposedly he has a huge personality and players really like playing for him. I think he's a little too young.
Yeah, 30's pushing it, but
he got an interview though. Someone interviewed him, right?
yes,
Yeah.
he did.
Cleveland.
He did get an interview.
Cleveland interviewed him.
Cleveland's going young.
Yeah.
Sean McVay got the job when he was 30 years old for the Rams.
Yeah.
Was he 30 when he got the Rams job?
Yeah, I just looked it up. He was 30 years old when he got
I
the
didn't know
Rams
that.
job.
No.
That's crazy.
I wonder. I'll be curious to see if he gets an interview. If he's one of
I
the
think-
guys.
The reason I brought up the hey, Sheilhoff's only going to be here for a year or two, is not because it's like, well, that's not a reason not to hire him. It's a reason to make him the head coach, right? I mean, I think, and by the way, I'm going to, this is John Ledger's point, so I'm not going to steal it from him. He said it on the Ins No Ball the other day, but I will regurgitate it here, which is the reason you want an offensive head coach is because you don't have to worry about constantly finding the next offensive guy when that guy ultimately goes and gets a job. Defense can be cyclical. It's year to year, right? Like the great defenses aren't great year in and year out.
Sure.
So getting a defensive coordinator, essentially getting a defensive coordinator is easier than getting a great offensive coordinator. So if you believe in a guy and he's an offensive guy, get him in here because he's in here for life. He's your coach. And then you work on getting the defensive guy. Now, obviously the Steelers seem to be going the opposite direction. And we know that that's going to be the case. I mean, that's just who this franchise is.
Hey, let's get sidetracked for a minute, just for a second, because Pun's got an interesting question. I promise I'll keep my answer short. If Wisenhunt Grimm got hired rather than Tomlin, how many Super Bowls did they win with Ben? I personally, I was a huge Russ Grimm fan. I thought he should have got the job. I think they get 2 with Russ Grimm, but I also don't think he coaches anywhere near as long as Tomlin because he was already in his 50s.
That's a tough question. It depends on who he hires because he was just an offensive line coach. So he needed a great defensive coordinator. He would have needed a great offensive coordinator. Oh, well, LeBeau was already there, right? So he had
he didn't need to hire
DC.
anybody.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the question is is that 08 defense that great? How much? How much did Tomlin have to do with the fact that 08 defense was as good as it was? Because obviously the talent was a lot of that talent was already there. I think it was Timmons and Woodley were the 2 guys that were new on that defense that were Tomlin guys, right?
Yeah. Well, dumping Harris or Porter for Harrison, was a pretty ballsy move, and it really worked out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. So that's okay. So those 3 guys, right? I mean, how much does Grimm do that? How much? That 08 team won because that defense was great. That offensive line in 08 was terrible. Now, does Grimm put more resources into the offensive line? Does that lead to more stability? I think that there's ways you could talk yourself into that for sure. I don't know about Wiz. Unfortunately,
Wisenhunt with the killer bees, though.
Wisenhunt would have never got.
Does Wisenhunt last long enough to be a coach?
That's the thing. They made the right choice. They made the right choice. They got 20 years out of let's just say above average coaching.
And I mean, who's to say that Tomlin's actual motivation back then, when it all really hit hard, his motivational speaking and the way he would get guys up for a defense like that was all alphas. Oh my God! How often were they killing guys on the field because Tomlin had them amped and ready to go?
Yeah,
they changed the rules of the game because of our defense.
Yeah.
They hit them too hard stuff that you see in modern football.
Yeah,
that was that defense.
Tomlin talked about that on the pivot when he was on there, and he's like, they changed the rules because of my guys.
He actually said the 10 team he said was actually worse.
Yeah.
Oh, the
I mean,
10 team.
There's,
Yeah.
I mean, there's dudes laying on the field like waiting for the stretcher to come out to resuscitate them, and Tomlin's on the sideline just dapping guys up, like, way to fucking murder that guy, way to murder him.
Yeah, he was. That was
Well,
something else.
you know,
It's a different mindset.
NFL Blitz, was it like a game where you could just crush people after the play? We used to do. You just got jacked up on Monday.
Yeah,
Night
I was just gonna say ESPN had that.
Yeah, I mean, like,
you just
you know,
got jacked. That was a different.
It used to
different
not
time.
be like, ooh, oh my god, he got hit so hard. It used to be like, holy shit, that was
Different
time.
awesome.
Let's spend a few minutes talking about the Rooney press conference, because as high as I got when Tomlin was fired and I thought everything was great, Rooney just brought me right back down to reality, pissing on everything. You know, they asked him about rebuild. Would you want to tear it down and rebuild? He's like, I don't like that word, rebuild. It's like, oh Jesus Christ, it's gonna be, you know. I texted them during the thing. It's gonna be who's the cornerback for Atlanta? I'm trying to
Tyler.
It's not going to be Kirk Cousins.
It's going to be Kirk Cousins. They're going to trade 3 draft picks to get Kirk Cousins and win 9 games next year.
No,
Rooney just
the Tomlin era is over. Cousins has 0 chance of coming here,
or somebody like that. All right,
No.
so, you know, like they said, Kyler Murray, or
that's a different
Murray,
question.
Murray's the outlier though, because
he does not. He's got no interest in rebuilding. None.
Yeah, but who does? Who is outwardly in a press conference? What owner is out
Yeah,
there?
they're not
being
going to
like,
say it.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
not
we're gonna rebuild. Yeah, we're gonna suck for like 3 years.
We are going to
get used
tank.
it. Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna-
Well, you could, you could say, well, rebuilding. I don't know. You could couch
Well,
it.
Bill Cowher didn't rebuild.
But he actually smirked and giggled when they brought it up. Like, this stupid guy, I can't believe he's asking me this question. There's no
Yeah,
chance.
but like, didn't they kind of pseudo rebuild? Like we talked about this, right? They went into last year. They traded away George Pickens for a future draft pick. When like you could have kept him and like you would have been better off this year, right? From a like pure personnel perspective. And then they spent all of free agency last year. Like, we're not spending any money because we're going to get all these comp picks next year, right? Like, yes, I understand the idea of like this team needs to bottom out, but they're never going to intentionally bottom out. But I do think I do think there's still an eye on like, no, this team has to be future minded. We can't just like throw all resources into every year. They didn't even do that last year. As much as, you know, we talk about all the things they did with Aaron Rodgers and Darius Slay and yada yada, like the Minka trade. I think there still is adults in the room. I know you're not an Omar guy.
No.
But I do think Omar has his eyes on like understanding what the future of this organization needs.
Well, yeah.
Am I hearing a con artist comment?
No.
Gone.
God!
Yeah, I don't know. One of the things that really surprised me is that Arthur Smith didn't even get an interview, because we talked about it on Monday, right? That we thought he was going to get an interview for sure. And
Are you really?
that's what
surprised?
really
I'm
just
not.
squashed
He
that.
sucks.
No, I agree too, but I thought
Out of
they thought
respect,
more of him in the
the
building.
way they run the organization.
Yeah.
The even more surprising part of that is that all the coordinators, all the coaches were told,
Yeah.
you guys can all find new jobs. See
And
ya.
that has to go back to the players saying that it's the coordinators, those guys' fault, not Tomlin. That's
Hey,
probably why.
Do we owe Art an apology? Because all these years we've said he's too cheap, he'll pay him out. Or was it Tomlin saying, bullshit, my guy's playing out his contract?
I think it's Rooney's. I still think that's a Rooney rule. You
Apparently
play out
not,
your
'cause
contract.
There's a whole
Hey.
bunch who they owe
Yeah,
money
well,
to
this
now.
is
This is different.
Listen,
You're,
how
you're
many
doing
of
a
us-
head coach change.
How many of us were worried on Monday or Tuesday that, yeah, even if they bring in Chris Shula, we're probably still going to be stuck with Arthur Smith as the offensive coordinator
Yeah.
for at least a year.
Yeah,
Right?
100%.
And that was a prevailing thought
Yeah.
before we got the report came out that all coordinators can back your bags. See ya.
Yeah.
That was the most surprising thing of that press conference. It is like, yep, they're all no one in house is interviewed for. I'm like, oof,
Right, 'cause
they really are.
It's the first thing that really points to like, no, this is a rebuild. We are, at least from a coaching staff perspective, full and total rebuild of the staff. When Tomlin came in, like they kept like 7 or 8 coaches.
They said 7
Now-
coaches. Yeah.
Now I remember. Now the thing about that though is that they had just won the Super Bowl 2 years prior.
Yeah.
So you have an established team with an established coaching staff and a well-respected coaching staff. at the
Good.
time.
Yeah, I was gonna say good coaching staff to go along
Yeah.
with it.
Maybe
and
Rooney finally got fed up with the coordinators he was hiring, the coaches he was hiring, because that was his Achilles heel. And I'll say that
Right.
forever, that his hiring of coordinators and coaches was just horrendous, and it cost him Super Bowls to me.
That's why you can't blame Tomlin. That's why it's really on the coordinators. Now, whoever was responsible for those guys, we'll never know. We'll just never know who could have possibly wanted to hire those guys.
This is a great question because I want this answer too.
Yes,
he better be allowed to bring.
Yeah, well,
yes, he will, or yes, he should.
He should. I'm not convinced that
absolutely should, but will he?
Rooney's going to open up the pocketbook for.
Because you're going to pay.
The pay, I don't think you do. DK made this point on his podcast the other day. Tomlin made 20. Did you guys see this? Tomlin was making like
$25 million a year.
$25 million a year.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, technically,
sorry, Chris Shula, you ain't going to be making $25 million.
No.
So like you're going to shave. I don't know
until at least after the second Super Bowl.
Yeah,
exactly.
Couple contracts down the line, maybe.
Yeah.
Is that part of the negotiation then? Like, hey, listen, I'm not going to pay you what I paid Tomlin, but if I give you $20 million, you're going to fill the rest of the coordinators and passing game coordinator and quarterback coach and every other position that you want within your coaching staff with the remaining budget.
One thing to remember: Art is not Dan Rooney. Okay, he's not going to be that far in the football knowledge. Omar is going to go to him and tell him, guys, we're going to hire this guy. We're going to pay him less. We're going to pay the same amount, though, because he's going to bring 9 more new assistants. I don't think I think we're going to find that Art was not holding the coaching staff down. I think we're going to find out that was Tomlin.
I couldn't disagree more. I think it's
Vaughn right here.
Budget.
Soft tissue specialist, please. Yes, please. Get
That's
someone
number one
in
on the
here.
list, right?
And if
Figure
you
this
believe,
out.
and I'm going to tell you right now, if you believe for 1 second Art Rooney is running this search, he's not. The man running the search.
You don't even believe that. You just wanted to use that bit. That's all you don't even really believe that.
I'll say this though. I think Bob's right about the assistant coaches and like the rounding out of a full coaching staff. I think Tomlin was egotistical enough to say, I don't need these guys. I got this.
I think that was part
He runs the offense, he runs the defense, his fingerprint is on everything. Why do you need more opinions?
It doesn't even need to be an ego thing to just be like, I don't want too many voices in the room, right? Like we got to.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Because it interferes with his voice, which was
Yeah,
the voice that matters.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I mean, look, I don't want to get into like the ego thing, but like I do think that is it's a valid management technique, right? To be like, we're going to be a top-down organization. We don't need 1,000 voices. I don't need to be explaining to 50 different people. Like the vision on offense is do not turn the ball over. That means do not use the middle of the field. And the vision on defense is, give up 3rd and 18 every time you can. But
there is no vision on defense. It's
hold them to 30 points in a playoff game. That's our vision.
Have Patrick Queen run around with a fucking chicken with his head cut off until he makes a random play in the back of them. Like Patrick Queen's back, and then he does the same thing.
Literally.
We talked about it a little bit in prep with the whole idea of maybe we go 4-3 if somebody else comes in. Man, don't you think Peyton Wilson would be an outstanding 4-3 outside linebacker?
I'm sure it's possible, but
Could be.
This team's too built right now for 3-4. They'd have to change so much. I guess it's possible.
I don't know about that.
Can I just say this about Peyton Wilson? I think Peyton Wilson still can grow into a really, really good linebacker if we just quit asking the fucking middle linebackers to do more than everyone else on the defense for the least amount of money.
Yeah.
We asked them to do way too fucking much. Just simplify their role, see ball, get ball. Instead of, oh, by the way, you're going to cover this 20 fucking yard radius around you.
You're gonna take Zay Flowers down the seam and stick with him as long as you
Patrick Queen, I need you to cover Zay Flowers, who runs a fucking 4.4 all the way to the goal line 60 yards away.
No, listen, you guys are wrong on this. The real issue with the inside linebacker position this year is they just didn't play Malik Harrison enough. That was the real.
Jesus Christ.
The more I saw of him, the more I was like, boy, what a great decision to get rid of Landon Roberts.
How angry are you guys when Art said he was going to run it back with Tomlin?
I wasn't even surprised. It was more of like,
I was going to say,
I'm not mad, I'm disappointed. It's like a bad thing of like, dude, I get it, but like, why?
I wouldn't be surprised that it's not going to come out during, but I wouldn't be surprised after the fact if we find out that I think Omar's running the search, but it would be foolish not to have Dan Rooney, the who's taking over Daniel Rooney.
Danny.
He's got to be involved in the search. He's got.
I'm sure they all have their say in it. I'm sure they all.
Yeah, I was gonna say he
this
should
is a
be
collective
involved, wouldn't he?
decision.
Yeah.
Danny was at the press. So supposedly, this is according to the media members in the room. Alongside Rooney at his press conference was Omar Khan and Danny.
They were both there. I saw a
They
picture.
were both there.
It wouldn't shock me that Art steps down after they name the coach.
That's
He
possible.
wants to see it
like
through,
in,
make sure they get the right
Evan
coach,
Colbert thing.
and then walks away after that.
It's kind of what they did.
It worked out well for Colbert. Why not
Yeah,
try
it worked
with
out
the
great for
fucking
Kevin.
coaching staff?
But if
Sorry,
they
Dave.
run-
That one was on
No
the table.
Colbert. No.
That
Colbert,
was on the table.
Shade allowed.
But if you run-
Colbert and Tomlin have the same legacy. It's just like if we remember that beginning part, it's fucking awesome career. When
It's
you start
funny,
to think about the end, you're like, shit.
Corb gave me a theory. The more power Tomlin got, the worse the drafts got. It's kind of that slide and scale. I think Corb is onto something there.
There's truth.
Anyway.
to that. I would grant you that for sure. There's truth to that.
Have you
Anyhow,
guys
do
seen
we,
the thing on
the
Twitter?
drafts have gotten so much better. So, yay.
Andy Weidl's pretty good at his job. What can I tell you?
There's a rumor going around Twitter that like Tomlin really wanted to draft Lamar Jackson and he was told no. Have you guys seen this?
Oh, I
Ooh,
haven't
I've
seen
never heard
this.
of that.
Yeah.
No.
God, this is.
But I have seen that
I-
Lamar allegedly wanted to play for Tomlin.
I saw that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did see
I don't know
that.
how
that- I
true
mean, like,
that is.
Every player wants to. Somehow, this guy is such a cult of personality, right? That the
It's
whole
crazy.
coaching staff can be like, or the whole players can be like, I hate every coach on this team except one. Like, I love Tomlin and everyone else sucks. Like
That's a good
that
segue
is
for the
a,
last
that is a
thing.
unique.
100%,
like,
dude.
yeah.
That's a good segue to
Yeah.
what I was going to bring up to wrap it up before we go to legendary picks. Do we expect any trade demands now that Tomlin's gone? Does TJ come out and say, you know what? I'm 30-something years old. You're going to rebuild. Tomlin's not here anymore. Can I please get out of here?
Might.
They're
Cam
saying-
would retire. Cam would
That's,
retire.
yeah,
think,
I was about to say that. Somebody said he's 50.
Yeah, but you don't think Cam
retiring.
would want to make a run somewhere on a team and get a ring?
Cam wants
No,
a
I
ring,
think he would.
but he wants his ring here.
Yeah,
He's
he
not going to
wants-
get it here.
He's already said
I
he
hate to
wants
break
to
it to
be.
him.
He wants to be in. No, but he said it for years. He wants to be in the same conversation as the guys he played with when he was young. He wants to be the ring guy who comes in here and brings another Super Bowl back to Pittsburgh. And
That ship sailed.
Well,
I
I've
don't
got
think
some
he
bad
leaves, though.
news.
Yeah.
Go
Look,
ahead, Bob.
if they did convert to a 4-3, I do think whoever if it's Shula, he should call Cam Hayward, say, "Hey man, we're going to a 4-3, and I want you and YA Black as my DTs, and you're not going to have that same pressure. I'm going to get you relief and everything else." Okay, maybe he comes back. Okay, for a year at best, but.
I don't think
Am
that
I
makes
going crazy to have Cam Hayward back? I'm going to a fresh start. No, but as Trent will always point out, he's still playing at a high level. He's going to fall off sooner or later. Could help his career. Do I think he's going to come demand I want to go get traded to somebody else? No, he's not James Harrison. I don't see him doing that because he might not be able to feed his family if he goes somewhere.
Do you think?
You're never gonna let him. You're never gonna let him off.
Never let that down. Never.
Never
Hey,
let
he
him.
made the playoffs. He got his playoff bonus for making the play or winning the division. Sorry, he got his bonus for winning the division.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any bad blood between the players and the Steelers because of Tomlin resigning?
I think that's a little bit part of it too. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The trade demands.
Yeah.
Those guys were upset.
'Cause he didn't get
you
fired,
you read that
right?
piece.
Why blame the organization though? It's the fan base that walked him out the door. It's
Right.
booing him in home stadiums
Yeah.
with Renegade playing, fire
Right.
Tomlin chants in the stadium as you're just getting cakewalked in the second half by the Bills.
Well, listen.
I did
We're all
not say
grown-ups here.
fire Tomlin when I was there Monday night, Trent. I didn't say it.
Why not?
He chanted it.
You should have.
He
Yeah, he
sang
didn't say it, he
it, but he
chanted.
didn't say it.
He might have done it in the post game presser if you'd have started chanting it, Dave.
I could see
You,
a
you
scenario
fucking
where
cost
TJ
us
asked
an extra
for a trade.
day.
I really
Well,
can't.
Dave,
Yeah.
I could see a thing where not that TJ asked for a trade, that whoever's coming in, one of the most interesting things that that Rooney said was like he wants to hear what the coach what the new coach thinks of the roster, like, and you know, where this could go. And I think TJ is the most interesting part of that discussion, right? Obviously, the quarterback thing and like what do you see with quarterback, but you're kind of limited there because you're limited by like what are we gonna like? There's no one in this draft class unless they're gonna do Kenny 2.0 and get Ty Simpson. I don't hate Ty, but he's not an NFL guy.
No,
but
No.
I think the TJ question is the most interesting question. What do you do with TJ Watt right now?
Trade him.
Because
and does
trading
Jalen
him-
Ramsey decide to dip too? Because the only reason he came here was because of Tomlin.
Well,
I
no,
don't
he
care if
came here
Jalen
because
Ramsey
he was
wants to
traded
leave
here.
or not. Jalen Ramsey needs to fucking leave.
Yeah, I
ain't
think
paying
Jalen
$19 million
probably-
for a free safety. Fuck that.
And
We don't have time for a big Jalen Ramsey debate.
Well, I'm going to
Here
say
we
bear in mind if Chris Shula is the hire and Raheem Morris is the defensive coordinator, very tight. Jalen Ramsey and Raheem Morris got along very well when he played with the Rams. That's not going to make him go out the door.
Also, I think if you're keeping Ramsey, don't you have to put him back in nickel? Like, why?
I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
So
Or
he,
you
Greg, do
give
you
him
think
a
he was
full
better
up-
as safety or nickel?
so he can get toasted like Brandon Eccles did against Christian Kirk.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I think
No.
Ramsey's self-aware enough to know that, hey, I can either take the full off season and fully transition to safety, or I'm out. I'm going to go somewhere else. That guy's a Hall of Fame gold jacket, top tier cornerback.
And we didn't pay $20 million for another free safety. That's why we got rid of Minka, is because like
Exactly. That's my
I
point.
think he'll restructure his contract. If he stays.
He's gonna have to get underneath $8 million. He ain't going.
He
that
won't
far
do
down.
it.
Yeah, he's
no
not
way.
doing that.
There's no way.
Now that Tomlin's not there, he ain't gonna do it.
He's not a Tomlin guy. He's not.
Okay.
Patrick
It's
Queen is a Tomlin guy. TJ Watt is a Tomlin guy.
I don't think
KD was
Queen's
a
Queen
back
can
either.
go, but
We all saw Jalen Ramsey in the preseason training camp when he sat down for that interview, waxing poetic how great it is in Pittsburgh, and Mike Tomlin does
Yeah.
this,
What
and
else-
Mike Tomlin does that.
That's
what
why
else
I
are you
said
going
it.
to say if you're in Pittsburgh? What are you going to sit down and
we don't
say,
have to
hey,
go-
Mike Tomlin's a fucking idiot, and I can't believe I got traded here?
Well, you don't have to go through that. I mean,
We've been doing it for months on the podcast.
I don't
The
know.
other contract is like, how big do you think the extension we give to Jonnu Smith is going to be?
Oh my
That's
oh god,
Oh my God. I'm
We're
just,
gonna pay-
every day I
we're
turn on
gonna-
Twitter and can't wait to see that transaction come up. Johnny Smith gone.
We're gonna
can't
pay
wait.
U-Haul to have his happy ass driven
Wow.
wherever he wants to go. That's his contract.
there is one player who like probably will request a trade. I don't think any Steeler fan is going to be upset about it, and that's Pat Freiermuth, right? I mean, I could see Pat being
that
like, hey, boys,
deserves to go somewhere.
I-
It'll actually
I
be
think if-
utilized.
But
I disagree. I think if Arthur Smith was back, yes, he
Yeah.
would.
yeah, that's it. Yep.
I could
But
see
it-
that.
Yeah, if you
Oh,
like,
you
it
think
just-
he'll want to stay now that Arthur Smith's gone, Bob?
Yeah, because if let's
Sure.
just say Shieldhouse it doesn't get a head coaching job, comes as the offensive coordinator. Rams played a ton of 1-3, and Tyler
Yeah.
Higbee had a phenomenal year. They know how to use tight ends.
They
Pat
do
did
know how to
say
use tight
that-
ends. Sorry, go ahead.
Pat did say like, I want to be a Steeler. I am a Pittsburgh. He did say that kind. I mean, maybe he's just talking off his ass, but like he did seem like he don't really want to go nowhere else. So
If he
maybe
requests a trade, somebody should hit him in the head with a bat. If you wear Lynn Swan's fucking number and you want to request a trade, get the fuck out of here.
So-
Well,
I mean,
of all the players here, he got screwed the worst.
oh,
Pat
yeah.
Freiermuth got
Sure.
screwed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He got
100%.
screwed.
I think
Yeah,
the
I think
thing
if
is
Arthur
like,
Smith's still here, he might be requesting a trade.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, for
Arthur
sure.
Smith is gone.
Any of the
No,
new
he's
age like
definitely-
offensive coordinator type guys though, they know how to open not just one route on the field. They try to design plays to open each route. And it's up to the defense to pick your poison. Where are you going to leave the weakness at? And that's why so many of these tight ends are starting to find so much success in the NFL. Like, have you ever seen a league where tight ends are so just like vital to your offense as it is right now?
Yeah.
Never. I mean, you had the Patriots when they ran Gronk forever. And of course, Kelsey's been around for a long time, but like you can't name 10 to 12 tight ends that all are putting up like 700 yards of receiving, like what we have right now in the league. So Pat, I mean, if he gets that kind of a guy, why would Pat want to leave? It was Arthur Smith that would make him want to leave, in my opinion.
speaking of players, Roman Wilson, a Steeler or not? Next,
I think he's the happiest man in Pittsburgh right now because Tomlin's gone and Arthur Smith is gone.
And
Aaron's going with him.
Aaron Rodgers, bro.
And
Aaron Rodgers.
yes.
Aaron
How
Rodgers, the
did
main
I
one.
forget the most important culprit? I think he's
Yeah.
tap dancing down the street now. He's free at last. Free at last.
It depends on what kind
Him
of
and
NIL
Caleb
deal.
Johnson, both.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of NIL deal Michigan gives them to come back.
Oh my God.
All right, we're running long. Let's do the picks and get out of here. Did you get any of the stats, Bob? Or we?
I will just say I didn't have time to do that, but I was 4-2 in the wild card round, and you
I
guys were all
sucked it.
3-3.
Yeah, I'm surprised I was 3-3. I thought it was worse than that.
Yeah, and the only smooth Jimmy that was right. Trent and I went head to head. Trent won, so congratulations. Trent is the only smooth Jimmy in the playoffs.
I put my smooth Jimmy record on the line for the Steelers, and what did they do? They shoved it right up my ass.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say you cursed us
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
loud.
Yeah, it's
on
my
the
fault.
podcast.
Yeah, my fault. Sure. Blame DMC3. Sure.
All right,
Wait,
let's
so
start
wait,
out. Go ahead.
David was the only one last week to take the Steelers last week. Is that what I'm
No,
hearing?
No,
No,
he made him his
he
lock
made
of
him
the
his
week.
lock of the week,
I made it my smooth Jimmy's lock of the week.
Got
and
it.
it did
Got
not work
it.
out.
Don't
not
you
work
remember
out.
last year we were using you as lock of the week? You kept picking against the Steelers as the lock
Yeah.
of the week, and we kept
Yeah.
winning.
Yeah.
You guys
I
were
had the
predicted.
lead this year.
I might remind the audience that you and Trent picked the Steelers to score over 20 points.
Yeah, I was gonna say, at least I didn't
If he
Quite
do that.
catches
outrageous.
that ball, we're gonna score 20 points.
We're
Dave,
gonna win
that-
22 to 10.
That war room in that episode was supposed to be deleted from the podcast. I think
Yeah,
you forgot
yeah,
to do
that's-
that.
that's
Let
up
that
for
bad boy
eternity,
to be
buddy.
private.
Yeah.
That's up for eternity now. All right,
Damn.
first game. Buffalo Bills are at the Denver Broncos. The Bills are getting 1.5 points.
I'm
In
going
Denver.
back to my boy. I'm telling you right now, Superman puts the cape back on.
Yeah, you got to ride Josh
He
Allen
got-
until he
I'm
can't.
He
in.
got two.
I'm
He
in.
got two guys back right now. He got two guys back from IR this week.
He
I'm
did.
just saying, put another receiver in the offense. Superman buckles up. Fuck you, Denver. You're out. I'm telling you, this could be a really, really interesting AFC Championship
Trent, I'm gonna
game.
need you to calm down a little bit about
Between,
Josh.
listen, I'm so
let's-
picturing Drake May and Josh Allen battling out in the AFC Championship.
Wow.
From now on, when you talk about him, say no homo at the end. Okay? Thanks.
Jesus
Is
Christ.
this starting to get to the level of Colin and DK Metcalf? Because I'll take
Yeah,
it
it is a
right
little
down.
bit.
I will
Little
take
bit.
it right back down. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
I
right,
don't
Dave.
know that anything is getting to the level of
Yeah,
Colin.
that's
and DK
Yeah, that was
Metcalf.
wow. I'm taking
Dave, you
Bills.
got Bills too? Yeah.
Yeah, I got that fever, not at Trent's level, but yeah.
Yeah, I've been saying all year long that if Denver gets home field, they're going to the Super Bowl. I got to ride with Josh Allen too. I'm taking the Bills. I'm taking the Bills.
Man, I feel bad now because personally, I think this is the Bills. They do get by this week. I think Bo Nix is going to play like he did last year in the playoffs, and that'll be the difference. This will be a closer game than you think, though. This will be kind of like the Jags game where I think, like Trent said, he'll put the cape on in the fourth quarter. It'll be close enough where he can pull it off. Yeah, I got the Bills here in a very close game.
Tony?
The next Mike Tomlin, his name is Sean McDermott.
He's close.
He wins playoff games. Not to say he doesn't win playoff games. But yeah, look, I think the last time I was on the show, I predicted the Bills to win the Super Bowl. They're one of the teams I was saying like they're probably going to win it. I'm going to go Broncos here though, just because like I don't trust this Bills team to go into Denver. Denver's defense is fantastic, and that team they've had that thing all year where if they're in it in the fourth quarter, they make something happen. And against this Bills team who will let you hang around until the fourth quarter, I mean, it's a recipe to just let the Broncos do what they've been doing all year. So I'll take the Broncos. And I guess an upset at home as the 1 seed. How often is the 1 seed who had a bye
A home dog.
off?
Yeah, it's nuts.
All right.
I think Bob had something to that though. If Allen puts the pressure on Knicks, that's where I think Knicks can fold.
Yep.
Yes. Well, this game could be over in the first quarter. This game could be over.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good game, I think.
All right, next up, the San Francisco 49ers are traveling to Seattle to play the Seahawks. The 49ers are getting 7 points.
7.
Yeah.
Well, allow me to go first. Under Kyle Shanahan, every time the San Francisco 49ers have made the playoffs, they have advanced to the NFC Championship game. Give me the 49ers in a very tough game, but I think they win the game outright, and they definitely Seattle cannot cover. I don't think they can cover 7.
I don't want to be mean here, but can we also predict which Niners player gets hurt for the year?
Yeah, right. This is the problem with the 49ers.
That's like a bonus question underneath. Like
that can only help the ball club at this point.
I think Brock Purdy's overdue, right?
Yeah. Well, Brock Purdy had
Yeah.
the toe injury for like 6 weeks or whatever that Mac Jones came in for. So it is incredible that team has made it as far as they have, given the amount of injuries that they have.
Clay Kubiak, baby. Clay Kubiak.
Yeah, exactly.
What a stud.
Future
What a fucking
Steelers
stud.
OC/head coach. Let's ride. Yeah, actually, for that reason, I'm gonna go Seahawks because we need the Niners out of it so we can have that in-person head coach interview.
Go.
Get him in the facility. Let him meet the future head coach. Yeah, give me Seahawks.
I just want to remind you, Sam Darnold is hurt. Drew Lock took first team snaps.
I did see that.
I was just
they might be better off
with
with Drew Lock, actually, because Sam Darnold makes me very nervous.
Here's the thing, though. Vegas always knows when it comes to injuries. Did the line move at all when that oblique injury thing came out? Because if the line moved,
I don't know.
Then there is real thing that he might miss. If the line didn't move, Vegas knows he's playing. Vegas always knows.
Oh, he's definitely playing. He's starting. There's no doubt about that.
Okay.
It's the question of is he finishing?
Right.
God. Dave, is it your turn?
I'm taking the Seahawks. I think that defense is too good. The 49ers are too beat up. It's at home. I can't see the 49ers scoring more than 14 points in this game. I just can't. Kittle's out.
This is the Kubiak Bowl, by the way, right? This is the Kubiak Bowl?
It is.
The Kubiak
As a matter of fact, it is.
Nice.
Kittle's out. Seahawks romp this one.
God, that fucking oblique injury to Darnold's
Is
got
that
me
a
really
smooth Jimmy
paranoid.
I heard?
I can look. What are the rest of the games?
Here, I can help you out, Dave. Ready?
Go ahead.
Smooth Jimmy's lock of the week.
Yeah, you know what? It's my lock of the week too.
The math runs out on the Shanahan's just absolutely bullshit, pulling things out of his ass, and somehow games they have no business winning because they're not winning this one. Seattle is one of the toughest environments to go and win in their place. It's a great stadium, a great environment.
Didn't they hold the 49ers to 3 points last time they played? I think they did.
They did.
This is a
13-3.
lot to ask. I like this. I like the Seahawks defense. I think that I don't even know if they have to have a great game from Darnold in this one because the two running backs can kind of take this game over.
Yeah.
I think Seattle is too much for this.
I'm going to take the points. Seattle's going to win, but I don't think they cover. 7?
Okay. Yeah, it's 7.
Yeah, with that oblique injury, it's their defense. It's going to eat. Yeah, they're going to win.
How did he get hurt?
It's going to be close.
Getting out of bed?
I don't fucking
They
tell.
haven't played in 2 weeks. That's bizarre. All right.
Hodge Parlor.
Oh God, he was hanging out with Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson.
And Justin Tucker.
I was going to say Tucker walked in there.
This game's the most interesting to me. The Houston Texans are traveling to New England. They're playing the Patriots. The Houston Texans are getting 3 points. This one's very interesting to me.
This is really like how much scar tissue do we have of watching that Texans defense beat the ever-loving shit out of our offense?
Didn't Rodgers have the all-time lowest EPA for a quarterback in playoff history?
Yeah, negative.
I saw a statistic that said if Rodgers would have dropped back and thrown the ball to the first row of the stadium, he would have had a higher QBR for the game. So take that with a grain of salt.
Oh, it's a hell of a way for Tomlin to go out, boy.
Great game by Aaron. You can retire on that one, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm riding the dude that I've been riding all season. Drake May is a fucking freak of nature. I think he's got something cooking. The offensive line really scares the shit out of me, but his mobility and the way that he is able to escape and make plays and do things that just other guys can't do. I said it from day one. I thought the kid was the best quarterback in that draft class. I still think he's the best quarterback in that draft class. I think he's a star being born. I don't know if he's going to the Super Bowl. I think he's definitely getting out of this game, and I think he's definitely carrying the points.
Boys,
Smooth Jimmy's lock of the week.
Who are we taking you?
Nico Collins is out. I'm taking the Pats.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No Nico Collins. Stroud looked fucking horrendous.
He really did look bad last week.
You got to have good QB play if you're going to fucking win these games. At New England, yeah.
Christian Kirk versus Christian Gonzalez. I mean, get the fuck out of here, dude. You ain't catching another ball. You ain't catching a ball. You ain't catching a ball this game, dude.
That is the big question of the game, right? It's like, how does Houston move the football in this one? Because like Drake May is good enough, and I get that the Houston defense is terrific. But
well, apparently Woody Marks is like the second coming of fucking.
Yeah, against us, not against the rest of the league.
Correct.
Milton Williams says otherwise.
Yeah, I am gonna look. I'm gonna take. You got to take the Patriots in this one. I wouldn't be surprised if the Texans won this one, just because, like, weren't the Patriots held to like 3 points through like 2.5 quarters against the Chargers? And that Chargers defense is not a bad defense. They're talented, but they're not as talented as what Houston does. I mean, Houston, what they do is like, we know we're good. We're not disguising shit. We're just gonna line up and beat the shit out of you for 60 minutes, and that wins playoff games. It's just a question of, does your offense do enough to take the lead? I'll take the Patriots though. Just because.
I can feel Bob's pick from. I can feel it so bad. Let me say.
Jimmy's lock of the week.
There you go.
Here it is. Go ahead, Bobby. Let him know.
See, this is the way Bobby rolls. The Texans were the greatest thing since sliced bread all season until they played Pittsburgh. Then they had all kinds of holes. Now that they beat Pittsburgh, they're the
I
greatest
didn't say
thing
their
since
defense had holes last week. We pointed out that the way to win this game was to attack very specifically in certain areas, which we didn't fucking do. And the defense had to have a game. And for 3 quarters, the defense had a game. And then they gave out. Look, every once in a while, and I've been on this bandwagon. I told you at 7-5 that the Texans were coming back, and the Texans are something else. Every once in a while, the defense just sticks out. The Broncos, the Steelers in 08. I'm not saying they're the 85 Bears, but this is every once in a while there's a defense that's just ridiculous. This defense is fucking ridiculous. to line up and just say they didn't just do it against the Steelers. They've done it all year. Go back and watch what they did to Buffalo. And oh my God, this team is only getting better. The offense is not great, but this will be the coming out party for my man, my draft crush, Jaden Higgins, is going to have a game. Okay. And I think they will be stupid enough to try to play Christian Gonzalez on Christian Kirk. And then they will watch Jalen Noel and Jaden Higgins run up and down the field on them. Patriots also, I don't love their run defense, so I don't think Woody Marks is going to go for 100 yards again. But I think their offense will do just enough. Not only do I think the Texans win this game, I think they host Buffalo in the championship game. Texans are going to win the Super Bowl.
Wow.
Wow.
Woo. All right. I'm not there, but I am going to agree with Bob. I think Houston's going to win. I love Drake May as much as Trent does. I think he's fantastic. But I've been saying all season, this team's kind of fraudulent. They're not that good. They couldn't protect against the Chargers. How are they going to do against Houston's front four? Drake May might not finish the game. He's going to get killed in this game. I think Houston wins this one comfortably.
Wow.
Really?
I do. I think they're going to make.
That's the question, in comfortability.
They're going to make the Patriots turn the ball over. They're going to get short fields. This is going to be ugly.
Wow.
And they've got a clutch field goal kicker. Look, I was laughing in our chat today, fantasy chat. I said it's going to be 11-6.
I have an Alshire reason why they lose this game, and it's called Hunter Henry.
Yeah, I just
Shire is not going to be able to cover.
Yeah.
They're not going to. And honestly, Diggs can still get open against Stingley. We saw DK get open. DK was getting open against him.
DK is a lot better than Stephon Diggs
At route running?
at anything. I heard he's better at tiddlywinks than Stephon.
All right, let's
He's
move on
not
to
better at choking his girlfriend, though. So
Oh, shit.
Gee, we
See?
went
Wow.
from 0 to 1,000.
Bob's getting cranky. It's getting late. We gotta finish
Yeah.
this up. All right, last game. The Los Angeles Rams are traveling to Chicago to play the Bears. The Bears are a 4.5-point home dog. 4.5
Can
points.
you
at
hit
home.
the? For me, can you guys hit the button? Hit the button.
Oh, yep.
Smooth Jimmy's lock of the week.
Who have we talked about all podcasts? We've talked about Nate Scheelhaas. We've talked about Chris Shula. You think I'm going to go against them? Yes, I am. Chicago Bears, lock of the week, because we need our in-person interviews with them. Lock them down. Go Bears, bear down. I was raised in the city of Chicago. Let's go, Caleb Williams. I don't know how the hell they keep winning football games, but they do. Let's do another
Ben
one.
Johnson's why.
We should all be rooting for the Bears this weekend.
Exactly.
100%.
We should be rooting for the Bears. However, they're not fucking winning the game. Okay. Matthew Stafford is still playing MVP level. And when he said, let's go take their souls in the huddle going down the stretch,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he's going to do the exact same
Supposed to
thing.
be bad
Ben
weather,
Johnson and Caleb.
Cold? Chicago?
The Stafford
Chicago.
carry.
It's gonna be freezing. Yeah.
Stafford's still got
Windy,
a cannon.
a little bit.
Windy.
It's the
Yeah.
night
Cold.
game.
Devontae Adams is still playing. They
Stafford's fingers
still
going.
got Puka playing.
Yeah, Stafford hurt his finger. He did. There's hope.
Stafford played with a fucking broken spleen and a broken back
he
at
did,
one
he
point.
did.
Like he doesn't. A broken finger means nothing to that dude. He don't care.
That's a good point.
Listen, I honestly, McVay versus Johnson. Johnson no longer has the coaching advantage for the first time, maybe all season,
Yeah.
offensively at least.
Corb, what do you got? Oh, I'm sorry. You still got.
No, it's just because I'm riding with the Rams.
Okay.
Me too. I'm going with the Rams. That's it.
That's it.
Yep.
Corb's out.
I think the Bears win at home. I really do. I think Ben Johnson's got something going there.
Yeah.
I think they're going to figure it out. I don't like the Rams on the road. Give me Chicago.
I think
Matt-
McVay's
Matt-
gonna. Never mind. Go ahead.
Matthew Stafford is a dome quarterback. Great dome quarterback. Fantastic Hall of Fame career. It's going to be 21 degrees and snow on Sunday night, according to the weather forecast. Bears can run the football. The Rams can run the football too, but the Bears can run the football, and there's just something about Chicago. I don't like Caleb Williams, but they're figuring out how to win, and that running game, man, Ben Johnson might be the best running game coordinator in the game. So I agree. I think the Bears are going to win the game outright. I just got a feeling that the Rams are going to look. Bottom line is you barely beat fucking Carolina. Now you're going to go to the snow and win the game. Nope. I give
Now-
the Bears.
Carolina
Well, they
was a
barely-
playoff team, Bob. So you have to take that into account.
No, I picked Carolina to cover last week. I thought for a while I thought they were going to
I
win the
know. I
game.
thought it was gonna be close too. I did.
Let's maybe point out that the Bears were also down 18 to a very shitty defense, where the Rams might be slightly better on defense. I mean, we're trying to hire their coach for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sticking with Chicago.
Dave,
how'd they do in the second half again?
Let's
The
not
Green
talk
Bay-
too much shit about the Packers defense because we may hire their defensive coordinator.
Yes.
No,
Let's
no,
not-
God,
We
fuck
gotta
no,
spin on
no,
that bad boy.
fuck.
very
no.
true,
It
Tony.
will be
That's a
the
good point.
spin zone will be incredible.
Yeah, it'll turn right around.
Yes.
That's my least favorite of all the candidates. I don't know, you guys.
Jesse Minter.
Yeah, that's your least favorite.
Minter's your least favorite?
Yeah, he fucking got his success by cheating in college.
Oh, he's a
Oh.
He had one.
he's a
No, that's for real.
sour
I mean, listen,
Ohio
anybody.
State fan. of
You are
course.
Trent's
true.
yelling at us.
Seven of their 11 coaches have either been in jail or banned from football.
Okay.
He is
okay.
one of
It
the few
sounds
that
like
have
the
not.
Ohio State coaching staff under Urban Meyer.
Oh, shots fired. Shots
Name
fired.
one.
He got quiet. He got real quiet over there. He's like,
Get out of here, Bob.
Yeah.
Hey, in all seriousness, though, I'm telling you, there's just something about them. Jesse meant he is Mike Tomlin's favorite defensive coordinator. He would be Tomlin's choice to be his successor, which is another reason that I fucking like this guy.
I just think Hafley's a fraud. He's at BC for a while. He jetted out of there. He started all right in Green Bay, and this year they kind of sucked.
The last 2 games in Green Bay sold me on why the fuck you never hire that guy.
Yeah.
They had the ball shoved straight down their throat, and he made 0 adjustments the entire game.
Look, I poo-pooed this on Monday night because of his age, but apparently Cignetti has very close ties to Omar Khan.
Yeah, I read that too.
Yeah.
That's not happening though. He's too old. He's like double the age the Steelers go for.
Do you want to be the guy who replaces the guy, or do you want to be the guy who replaces the guy who replaced the guy?
I lost
That
you
just
at.
confused the living shit out of me.
Well, I mean, Cignetti just turned Indiana from a shit school
He's a great
to
coach.
a possible national champion. Why would you want to leave that?
It's something to respect for sure. Like
He's done
There's
the
there's just a
unthinkable.
connection there. It's a little under the radar. I don't think it'll happen.
I saw that
but
too.
If he was
Well, I think Trent, if he wins the national title, it's a reason to leave because you accomplished your goal essentially, right?
Yeah.
And then like your last step. I mean, he's getting to an age where it's like, oh, he's not going to be at Indiana for 15, 20 years, right? So, go to Pittsburgh for the last 5.
College coaches are like starting to push where they're making more than the pro coaches, though.
Yeah.
Like if you're a college coach and you go to the NFL, you're not the top dog guy getting paid top dog money anymore because we talked about this last time. I mean, I can only count 4 coaches in the since the 1980 that's actually been successul at both levels. True. So you're not going to get paid big money to come from college to the NFL. You're going to have to prove it. And if he's already there,
Harbaugh got paid a lot of money, right? And
Jim, but he came from the 49ers, went to college, back to the NFL.
Yeah.
That's a slightly different scenario. He's one of my 4.
Well, no. Harbaugh started college, NFL. He did
went both ways. Yes, Stanford. Stanford, then
Stanford first.
Yeah.
And
you're right.
He went to a Super Bowl with the 49ers. So
Yep.
Yeah.
It also helps that he was a quarterback in the league too. So
sure.
Yeah.
It's hard to find those guys who pay them big money.
Did anybody see Marcus Freeman's press conference? Did you not think that? I swear to God, I wanted to dub it and put it on X and say, I didn't know Mike Tomlin was going to fucking quit before I recommitted to Notre Dame.
Does that even really matter? If he wanted to come to Pittsburgh, he would, whether he recommitted or not.
Notre Dame has magic.
Does he get an interview?
Well, damn his soul to hell if he leaves.
I'm surprised he hasn't got one yet. Honestly.
No.
All right. Anything else before we wrap this up?
To Notre Dame.
Tony, thanks as always for coming on. We really appreciate you jumping on with us.
Appreciate you having me today. Definitely had some things to get off my chest. I appreciate you guys letting me rant a little bit there.
Anytime, buddy.
Yeah, good times.
Once we get the coach, then when we got to have Tony back to get thoughts.
Yeah.
Wait till it is Mike McDaniel.
Oh God.
We won't be able to continue.
I got 4 more graves to dance on that show.
Now you got me rooting for it.
Yeah.
I'm pulling a cord.
All right, you guys in the chat, you were great as always. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, thanks for listening to the Steel Sanctuary podcast.
Rock and roll.
And just like that, I left everything. See ya!